The GMC Canyon was one of the most anticipated trucks on the market, but now more and more drivers are trying to get rid of it. But is this truck really so bad that the owners tried to sell it right after buying it? Watch until the end to discover the 10 reasons why drivers are selling GMC Canyons after only 5,000 miles. Number 10. High price doesn't match expectation. When people see a GMC badge on a mid-sized truck, they often associate it with a higher tier of craftsmanship and an elevated driving experience. The marketing surrounding the GMC Canyon can reinforce this perception, hinting that buyers are stepping into a more upscaled world compared to standard workhorse pickups. Once a potential owner checks the sticker price, particularly on higher trims with optional packages, it's easy to assume the interior and everyday conveniences will rival those found in luxury SUVs. However, some owners report a noticeable gap between these expectations and the reality of the Canyon's cabin and amenities. The disappointment usually surfaces after a few weeks or months of day-to-day use. While the Canyon definitely shines in certain areas, like amazing engine performance, a sleek exterior design, and respectable off-road chops, its interior can feel surprisingly utilitarian for the cost. You might find hard plastic on key touch surfaces, a limited number of premium materials, or a minimal presence of soft touch accents that are more common in similarly priced vehicles. Additionally, some staple conveniences buyers have come to expect, such as advanced seat adjustments, intuitive storage solutions, or even simple features like HomeLink, may be missing or locked behind costly upgrade options. This doesn't mean the Canyon is inherently a poor product. Many drivers still appreciate its modern styling and powertrain options, and they find the truck perfectly comfortable for their needs. However, if someone steps in with the mindset that they're purchasing a truly near luxury pickup, they can end up feeling shortchanged, especially after tallying final costs that approach or exceed what a larger, more feature-loaded truck might cost. It's a case where the pricing could set an expectation that the Canyon's interior and features cannot always satisfy, ultimately leading certain owners to sell sooner than planned. Number 9. Technology overload and minor glitches. Modern vehicles pack in advanced tech, and the GMC Canyon is no exception. However, owners report that sometimes this technology is more of a hassle than a help. From an infotainment system that can freeze or lag to advanced driver assistance features that can be overly cautious, like collision warnings that activate prematurely, tech overload can disrupt the driving experience. It's a tough balance. Cutting-edge features often attract buyers looking for the latest gear. The Canyon's cameras, infotainment interface, and digital displays can definitely enhance everyday usability. But for those who prefer straightforward, less intrusive driving experiences, all these layers of tech can feel like a burden. Number 8. Seat comfort and interior spacing. Seating comfort can be a make-or-break factor. Some Canyon owners mention seats that feel too firm or thinly padded, making longer journeys less enjoyable. Additionally, while modern, the cabin's layout may not offer the roomy feel that drivers expect in a pickup, especially for taller individuals or those accustomed to larger trucks. On the flip side, fans of the Canyon praise its ergonomic design, supportive seat bolstering, and decent passenger space compared to some older generation trucks. Still, for folks expecting plush seating akin to a luxury SUV, the seating might feel underwhelming, especially on bumpy roads or all-day drives. Number 7. Missing convenient features. Imagine paying a premium for a truck, yet finding out that it lacks basics like a HomeLink garage opener or a remote rear window. These little conveniences can make a big difference in daily use. Some Canyon buyers express surprise that features they considered standard, for instance the front parking sensors or an easily accessed camera button, were not included in certain trims. You can still enjoy the Canyon's tailgate storage solutions and sturdy build, which is always a plus on a truck. However, if you're someone who values modern creature comforts and advanced conveniences, you may find yourself disappointed or forced to shop for aftermarket solutions. Number 6. Issues with overactive safety tech. Active safety is amazing when it works seamlessly, less so when it feels intrusive. Some Canyon drivers say they have to constantly battle with parking sensors, forward collision systems, or lane keep assists that give off false alarms or intervene too aggressively. In tight spaces, the truck may slam the brakes or beep incessantly, adding stress rather than confidence. Safety is a top priority, so having these aids is generally a plus. Owners appreciate the extra set of eyes, especially in dense urban environments or when towing. The downside is that the system's calibration may not always match the driver's real-world experience, leading a few to disable certain features. Number 5. Concerns about software reliability. A recurring theme among some GMC Canyon owners involves software bugs. Glitchy backup cameras, random infotainment resets, or inaccurate trip counters can undermine trust in the vehicle. For drivers expecting a hassle-free experience from day one, repeated software hiccups can prompt them to consider selling early. Plenty of Canyon owners never encounter these tech gremlins, or see them as minor annoyances quickly addressed by dealer updates. But for those who do experience them, especially if the dealer shrugs their shoulders at how to fix it, it's enough to sour the ownership experience and lead them to seek a simpler or more proven alternative. Number 4. Privacy and monitoring concerns. Certain Canyon drivers feel uncomfortable with the push toward connectivity and tracking via OnStar, vehicle apps, or built-in Wi-Fi. The notion that the truck might log your every journey or send data to external servers can be unsettling for privacy-minded individuals. For many, integrated telematics and connectivity are a net positive. Real-time diagnostics, roadside assistance, and stolen vehicle tracking can be invaluable. Others, however, prefer minimal data sharing and resent the persistent pop-ups urging them to activate connected features. This dissatisfaction sometimes leads to selling the truck for a more old-school or less tech-heavy option. Number 3. Auto stop frustration. Fuel-saving systems like auto stop start are standard across many modern vehicles, including the GMC Canyon. But if you prefer a steady idle at red lights or like to manage your own fuel economy approach, you might find it irritating to have the engine cut off whenever you brake. Worse still, some drivers wish they could permanently disable it, but find they have to switch it off manually every time they start the vehicle. Auto stop start does yield minor fuel savings and lowers emissions in congested driving. If you adapt to it or predominantly drive on highways, you might barely notice. However, if you're constantly in city traffic or simply dislike the feeling of the engine shutting down and restarting, it can become a major annoyance and one reason to let the Canyon go sooner than planned. Number 2. Reliability worries and early breakdowns. Some Canyon owners report early mechanical or electrical issues, such as dead batteries, unexplainable warning lights, or even being stranded. Even if the problems are covered under warranty, multiple trips to the dealership can chip away at your confidence in the truck. That lingering doubt might lead to an early sale, especially if you rely on your truck daily for work or long commutes. Not all Canyons suffer from breakdowns or odd electrical problems. Many owners drive happily for years without incident. Yet, for those who do experience repeated malfunctions within the first few thousand miles, it's often a deal breaker. Reliability is a top concern, and any sign of trouble may motivate them to switch to a truck they trust more. Number 1. An overcomplicated truck. For many truck lovers, the fundamental appeal of a pickup lies in its direct mechanical connection between driver and machine. They want to feel the engine's vibrations through the steering wheel, hear the subtle changes in throttle response, and control every aspect of the vehicle without having to navigate layers of menus or second-guess the interventions of automated systems. In the GMC Canyon, however, some owners say that those tactile pleasures are diluted by a host of computer-driven aids and digital interfaces. From the moment they slide behind the wheel, they might be greeted by an abundance of driver alerts, cameras, and semi-autonomous features that quickly remind them they're piloting a modern piece of technology rather than a classic workhorse. As a result, certain drivers describe the Canyon as feeling too autonomous or even sterile in day-to-day use. Instead of confidently rolling into the driveway on muscle memory alone, they may find themselves wrestling with overcautious parking sensors that beep incessantly or automatic braking systems that slam the brakes at the slightest hint of an obstacle. Even lane assistance programs, while well-intentioned, can create a sense that the truck is forever correcting your steering. Over time, these continual nudges from the vehicle can make an experienced driver feel more like an operator following computer prompts than someone who's truly in control of a rugged pickup. This sense of being micromanaged by the truck is further magnified by digital readouts, large touchscreen interfaces, and seemingly endless submenus for everything from off-road settings to climate controls. While advanced technology can undoubtedly increase safety, convenience, and efficiency, it can also detract from the raw, unfettered experience that many pickup owners crave. Instead of a down and dirty truck with a visceral feel, the Canyon can come across as a rolling tech hub. Great for some, but a deal breaker for those who treasure old-school simplicity. Keep in mind that if that sense of unfiltered hands-on driving is what drew you to a pickup in the first place, the Canyon's high-tech bent might lead you to move on sooner than you'd expect.